This is Julien, and I'm here in Salt Lake City in Utah. And the topic of this video here was actually inspired by my Instagram account, where I asked you, or someone like you, for some questions, suggestions, recommendations, whatever's on your mind, whatever you want me to talk about. So if you aren't subscribed already, I'll put in the link here below. Get on it, It's instagram.com/JulienHimself, because I probably will be asking very similar questions in the future. So if you want something customized to you, get the fuck on it. So I was scrolling through all the questions, and one that really popped out, that more than a few people asked, was about habits. For example, what daily, weekly rituals or habits do you have in place to help you stay on track with your life, hustle, and journey? Thanks in advance. Another is, how do you not get bored of habits when your habits make your life into a predictable pattern? Another one, how does one truly get out of a downward spiral of bad habits into, an upward spiral of successful habits? It's like I try to improve, but then I happen to fall back into old habits again. I get some momentum, but then I fall back into it, into something I don't really want. And a last one, these are the common themes, is how to keep the new personality and not falling back into old habits. So there's a lot of talk about habits, and in this video here, I thought I'd touch on these, kind of answer these questions, and just go beyond them and give you my personal perspective on it all. So the first thing you need to realize here is that you're made of habits. If you look at your day-to-day, you may be sitting at home watching this video, you may be watching it on your phone, but if you just look at your general day, I doubt it was very different than yesterday, or the day before, or the day before that. If you really are realistic, most of your days are pretty fucking similar. You wake up, you do the same type of things, you eat the same type of food, you have the same type of activities, you go to work, you hang out with the same type of people, you dress most likely the same way, you have the same fucking haircut, and even your thoughts, if you want to go a little in depth here, are most likely the same. What you're thinking here today, the concerns you have, the beliefs, the little, torment, the back and forth thinking is the same shit that was going through your mind yesterday. And you have to realize, we are just this sum of all these different fucking habits, and that's what makes for who we are. Now, when you hear this, don't freak out, don't judge yourself, don't be like, oh my God, I'm all habits. You need habits. Why? Because you're freeing up mental RAM to think. If nothing was a habit, there were no autopilot patterns, let's just say, you won't be able to process it all. It's like when you're driving a car, in the beginning, when you're figuring out, you're thinking about all these little details. Right now, most likely you go out of your house, you get in the car. Are you thinking about all the little details? No, because it's a fucking habit. And that allows you to think of other shit. It frees up mental RAM. So you need habits. It's not bad. But realize that your life situation here today, is a result, and it's basically determined by all of your habits. And if you want more, if you want something different, you can't let these habits just form on their own, unconsciously, like you just going about it and just, I'm forming this habit and this habit, whatever, and here I am. You have to take fucking control. So what I want you to do right now, is look at your life. Look at your life situation, look at where the fuck you're at, and ask yourself, very honestly, very bluntly, how the fuck did you get here? What are all the little events, all the little decisions, all the little factors, that, again, an accumulation of that got you to this point here. Now, funny enough, when it comes to success, this is also how you should view it. This is what I personally do. It's like whenever I have a certain goal in mind, I want to do this, instead of being like, this is what I want, whatever, it's just going to magically happen, I backwards engineer all of the little steps to get there. So it's like, I want to get there. What are all the little habits I'm going to need? What are all the little rituals? What are all the little steps I'm going to have to take to fucking get there? And then I focus on those. For you, it's the same here. What got you where you're here today? Where are you fucking up? And again, don't judge yourself. We all have these unconscious habits, but you have to be realistic. It's like, where am I fucking up? And how am I going to change this? And this is key as well. Once you've noticed you have a bad habit, let's just say you procrastinate a lot, you can't just get rid of it. I'm going to stop procrastinating and just tell yourself I'm done. You have to replace it with another habit, and hopefully one that's more beneficial to you. There's actually a great book I highly recommend checking out that touches on this. It's called The Power of Habit. Check it out. And he talks about this too. It's like you have to switch them up. But being aware of this, and suddenly start zoning in on where you're fucking up is part one to actually making it big. And don't kid yourself either. okay? Every single successful person that I know has these habits, okay? He's extremely proactive. No one just drifts to the top out of luck, okay? Like, if you let these habits form, they're just by themselves, because they will, okay? And this is a big one too. A lot of people have resistance to being aware and, like, you know, implementing different little rituals because they don't want to be trapped in them. It's like, well, I'm just free. I don't want to, you know, structure out my day and structure out my year. But guess what? If you don't do it, life will do it for you, and it may not necessarily be, you know, what you want them to be. Okay, so this here is very, very key, and do this also during a moment of awareness. Okay, for example, right now watching this video, you're probably like, damn, that makes fucking sense. You know, it's like I should do this, but you know, you turn the video off, and maybe like an hour from now, you'll just get lost in the whole, you know, shebang of your life again, and you won't be as aware. You won't have, you know, Eben Pagan talks about this, like you won't have as much altitude to look at it. So do this fucking now, because you will forget. Okay, so right now, step one, look at your life, look at where you're at, and find the cause. What are the habits that are harming you? What are habits that are fucking helpful to you? Now, what you're gonna wanna do, okay, building on this, is compartmentalize your habits, okay, and add some context here. I'm gonna give you some of my own personal examples, okay, and I kind of compartmentalize them into two big groups, okay? There's the macro habits, let's just say, and the micro habits. The micro habits are your daily habits. You know, it's like the little things you just do every single fucking day. The macro habits are more general habits that kind of encompass everything else. Okay, so I'll just start with some of the macro ones here, and one that I have. Okay, and these are all habits I had to proactively implement. Okay, like practically master, if you will, is go past what you think is your maximum effort. Okay, exceed all expectations, and this is something once again that encompasses a lot of what I do, and I just made that a habit. Okay, it is a fucking habit. It's like no matter the task at hand, you tell me to do something, I have a new project, I'm gonna go above and beyond. I'm gonna see how far I can push it, and I'm gonna see how far I can go in terms of what's possible. That's a habit, okay? And that, of course, translates into a lot of success. Another one is being of integrity, and that's a habit as well, where it's like try to be as transparent as possible, try to be as humble as possible. What you see is what you get, and you should be someone who's solid like that. And that's a habit, of course, that translates into all areas of life. Another one is being appreciative. And this one always sounds a little bit corny, but this is something I really force myself to do. It's like, if ever you feel sorry, like even watching this video now, you feel like a victim, you feel sorry for yourself, start being appreciative. It's like, look at what you can be happy for. You know, be appreciative of what you have. It's like, here I am right now in Utah recording a fucking video. You know, I'm extremely tired. My face is like burning. It's like I'm scratching my face. It's burning. I have an event after this. I have a 15 to 16 hour drive tomorrow. You know, I'm dead beyond dead. I'm even rambling a bit because I'm so tired in the way I'm, you know, delivering this content. And I could bitch about that. I definitely could. But on one hand, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be appreciative for what I have. It's like, here I am in fucking Utah. It's a gorgeous day. I'm seeing shit I never saw before. This is fucking awesome. I take perspective as well. You know, I look at people who are a lot less fortunate, and that gives me perspective of what to be happy for. I'm in good health. I'm here. I'm able to talk. I'm sharing. I'm feeling awesome. This is great. Okay. Another one is being positive, and that's a habit as well. And another one, and this one's, I like this one a lot. Another one is to keep working on your habits, and that's a habit as well, to just start cultivating new habits, keep tweaking them, so on and so forth. So again, to add some more context and perspective, here are some of the macros. Okay, on the micros, and these are more of the daily habits, the small things you do, and what most people, you know, think of when they hear habits. I start these as soon as I wake up, and this is pretty key too, and I notice this in terms of my motivation. If I don't do that as soon as I wake up, I'll tend to slack off on the rest. Okay, and you know, he mentioned Eben Pagan before. He actually talks about this as well in his program, Wake Up Productive. And what he says is, the first thing you do sets the context for the rest. You know, so what you'll notice is, say you want to eat healthy, and you wake up and you're in a rush, you're like, oh shit, and you eat like some shitty breakfast. Now, because you fucked up the first thing, it's like you already ate the shitty breakfast, when lunch hits, you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy now, your mind's to be like, well, you already fucked up the breakfast part, man. Fuck it, let's do it tomorrow. And it just kills the rest of the day. So you wanna start as soon as you wake up, okay? And some of the things, you know, and this also affects your week and your month. It's like, the first thing you do affects the rest of the day. That day affects the next day, because now the next day you're like, oh, I want to do better. That affects the whole week, which affects the month, which affects the year. Okay, it has to be a fucking ritual. But anyway, some of the first things that I do is, well, one, I try to do like as corny as it sounds, a small form of like stretching, like as soon as I wake up, just any kind of stretching, okay, like usually like just 5 minutes. Like, don't go overboard with this, make it sustainable. If you want to get into detail, and this is actually another key point, try to be precise, okay, don't be vague, like precisely know what you're doing. So I wake up, I stretch, 3 to 5 minutes. After that, bathroom, okay, drink a lot of water. You know, it's like you'll be surprised how much you get dehydrated overnight. And after that, the first thing I do is an energy cleanse. Okay, and this is a form of meditation, but it's more of a guided form of meditation with a lot of visualization, intent, focus, and it's just releasing pent-up energy and recentering yourself. And I do this before even checking my cell phone, before checking my emails, anything. It's like the first thing is like, you know, I want to be fucking ready to attack the day instead of just waking up, checking my cell phone, and then in reaction to everything. So that's one that I have, and that usually takes 25 minutes to 30 minutes. Okay. After that, I shower, and this is something that I don't know, I personally like. It's like when I shower, as soon as I'm out, I'm just like boom, like just ready to go. You know, did your stretching, bathroom, water, energy cleanse, shower. Then I'll check my emails, I'll check my phone. I'll kind of see what's being thrown at me, but from a place of just being solid, grounded. And from there, I'll just structure my entire day, you know, based on what's being thrown at me. It's like I'll have a bigger picture with the macros of what I'm working on, but I'll just look at all the shit that's, you know, happening. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I gotta do this. Small goals, what are some of the bigger goals? Structure it out, what do I have to do today? Structure breaks as well, and then I'll usually go out for food and just attack the day. Okay, and that's my general structure, and with this tool here, every single day is different. So those are the only habits that are pretty much the same, you know, sustainable. I'll also do an energy cleanse at night, by the way, right before I fall asleep, just to kind of turn my mind off and then just pass out instead of lying down and having that never-ending, you know, like engine of just thought, just yapping about, and then you spend like an hour or so without being able to sleep. So I'll do that, and actually another thing I'll do too is before falling asleep, there's this awesome app, highly recommend you get, on Google Chrome. It's called Flux, L-F-U-X, and it kind of dims your screen depending on what time zone you're in, so it just kind of gets rid of all that, you know, digital stimulus, so you fall asleep better after that, okay? And this is pretty much, you know, the essentials. Do this every single day. And instead of just waking up and being reactive, being all over the place, living in this blur, just reacting to all these events, it's like, whew, just come at this proactively. You'll feel a lot more energized, a lot more grounded, a lot happier, and you'll get a lot more fucking done. So to wrap this all up, okay, and this will be the last point, okay, maintaining your habits. And this is very common in the questions as well. It's like you're here in this moment of awareness. You're like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, I'm seeing where I'm fucking up. I'm gonna start doing, say, the energy cleanse. I'm gonna start meditating. I'm gonna start working and, say, instead of procrastinating on my commute, I'm gonna listen to audiobooks. I'm gonna take on all these new little habits. And tomorrow happens, and guess what? You don't do them. Okay, and this too, it's important to realize that you don't wanna change the current habits that you have, okay? There's a reason you developed them. You don't wanna fucking change. It's like changing is gonna require a lot more mental energy, mental efforts. You're also addicted to your habits. You hate change, you hate uncomfort, you hate unpredictability, and it's going to be extremely difficult. So my suggestion to you, okay, is once, again, you're here in this state of awareness, schedule them in, okay, actually write down exactly when you're going to do what, and stick to it as if it's your fucking work schedule. Okay, that's what I do. When I wake up in the morning and I set my alarm, I'm anticipating the fucking 25-minute energy cleanse. I'm anticipating, like, that time is dedicated just for that. I don't just wing it. Okay, because if you wing it, you're gonna keep putting it off. You wake up, you're like, oh, I'll just do it later. I fucked that up, I'll do it at lunch. I'll do this, and then I'll do it tomorrow. And you'll just keep and keep and keep putting it off. So pen it in, okay? Pen it in, precisely. From what time are you doing what? Make things easy on yourself too. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna drink a lot of water, have the water ready. Oh, I'm gonna eat healthy, only buy healthy food in your fridge. Okay, it's like, kill all those small obstacles that could just get in the fucking way. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna stop surfing the web, turn off your internet when you're working. Okay, stop all the little notifications just being all over the place. Be proactive about that too. know yourself, know your weaknesses, know where you're going to slack off, anticipate it, okay, and then prevent it. And the last big one too is the concept of time and awareness. Okay, it's like these habits, and people ask me like, how do you do it? They're not impossible to do. You know, it's like you can physically do, for example, and I'll take the energy cleanse one again, you can all do this. You can all sit down for 25 minutes and do it. You can sit down and meditate. You can sit down and do whatever the fuck you want. It's not hard to do. Okay, it's pretty easy. However, once again, the hard part is just making it a habit. So how do you do that? Time and awareness. And what you'll notice is that you'll kind of forget. So it's like you gotta literally like a robot, like program yourself to it. Even small habits too. It's like eat healthy throughout the day. It's like have something on your phone to remind you, write it down on your arm. So when you're about to order the unhealthy thing, oh, eat healthy. Awareness, time, and you'll start cultivating that new habit there. Okay, and what I'll say too, and this is one of the questions, like how do you not get bored of everything being so predictable? Realize that you are gonna have, okay, well first of all, as we discussed, you're gonna have habits no matter what. Have the core essentials down, and you'll start liking them because they actually ground you amongst all the chaos of the rest of the days. And your habits too, especially the micro ones, they'll change with time, depending on what goals you're trying to, you know, you're pursuing. Okay, so those will change. You're not just gonna get stuck in them till the day you die. And as I talked about too, it will give you a lot more freedom. Okay, and I used to resist this a lot. Like I hated it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to, I just take things as they are. But that there is just being oblivious to the fact that unconscious habits are running you. So in the end, I'd rather be proactive, be on top of it, be in control. And doing this will actually free up a lot more free time instead of just being lost in the drift of busyness and reactiveness. Okay, so that's my little, spiel on habits. Okay, as I mentioned, they are a little ranty, but it's all there. Take them or leave them. And once again, subscribe to my Instagram, subscribe to this YouTube, subscribe everywhere. Okay, it's pretty much every social media platform, / Julien himself, except for Facebook, which is / Julien Blanc official. Until next time.